everybody, Mike Jeffers, bluesandchicago.com. We are doing a little preview here of the Chicago Blues Fest 2019 at the Delmark Studios. It is an honor to be sitting down with a legend. Jimmy Johnson is able to spend a few minutes with us. He's going to actually be performing June 7th on the Pritzker Pavilion, 6:30 p.m. And Jimmy, thanks so much for taking a few minutes here to talk with me.
My pleasure.
I mean, let's talk first, because you and I, as we talked off camera, we could talk for 2 or 3 hours about your career, about everybody you've performed with, all of the experiences. We're not going to do that, so I'm sorry, folks. But we are going to preview this show that you have coming up. So 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on the Pritzker Pavilion, main stage. How many times have you played the Blues Fest? Do you even know? It must be tons, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
When it was on Navy Pier, I used to play every year.
Mm-hmm. That's where it started, right? On Navy Pier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after they left Navy Pier, was that Park?
Yeah, I think it went to Grant Park.
Wherever it was, I still played. And I remember I played every year.
Yeah.
And then there was a spell I didn't play for about 3 or 4 years. I don't know exactly how many it was. But it was because of my ego.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I felt like I was getting a raw deal. And I decided to quit. I can run the whole story to you real quick. As long as I don't call names, I'm cool. Yeah. No, you call names. Now you're going to have to give an counter. Jimmy said this, Jimmy said that. If I don't call no names, you don't know who to blame. So anyway, somebody at the committee called me and wanted me to do a gig. And I knew a lot of the committee people, so I got the wind of Stevie Ray Vaughan was playing.
Oh.
And he was getting $15,000.
Yeah.
And the Blues Festival was free. That was Navy Pier they used to play, but this was over in Grant Park. It was free.
Yeah, it was free, yep.
So now I could understand if it was pay coming in. I could understand he's going to draw more people than me. Why?
Sure.
He got radio play and I didn't. But anyway, they called me to play the festival. They wanted to give me $1,000. I said, no, man, I can't do that. And I know what they're paying Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Sure.
I said, well, if Stevie Ray Vaughan makes 15, at least pay me 2, at least. I think that's sort of fair. Well, Jimmy, he'd draw more people than you. Wait a minute, what does that have to do with it? It's free. Well, take it or leave it. So I just left it.
You left it, yeah.
So I didn't play for about 3 or 4 years, and then Bill Dahl, he called me, and they offered me a decent buck, and I came back and played.
But you know what I find amazing is that I was expecting you to say 15,000, Stevie Ray Vaughan, you wanted 10. You wanted 2.
Well,
it's like, come on.
That's all I asked for.
Let's talk a little bit, because, I mean, you were an iron worker, right? I mean, you were an iron worker, so you had a steady gig. And you were playing gigs and stuff.
Then.
Not then, but like that, like when you were first starting out. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize when they're first watching blues musicians, jazz musicians, or anything. A lot of guys work during the day and then play at night to get their stuff together until they get established.
I did that for a while, but I'm from Mississippi.
Yep.
I'm not 100% sure what year it came. It was either 1949 or 1950, but at least I know I was 19.
Yeah.
And when I look at it, I usually say 50. No, it had to be the latter part of 1949. And I had it easy when I came, because I came with my uncle.
Oh.
And my uncle had a gig, a job, like a real job.
Yeah, a real job, yeah.
And he took me out there, and he was a good worker. This is my nephew. When do you want to start?
Oh, wow. You got right in.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was here, the third day I was here, I went to work.
No kidding.
And made money. It was a sheet metal factory.
Yeah.
And in a year's time, I was a Class A combination welder. I made big bucks. So like a job like I had would pay maybe $35 or $40 an hour now.
Yeah.
But I welded inside. Outside, you make $75 an hour.
Yeah, you also freeze and all that stuff, but yeah.
But anyway... So economically, I was fine.
Yeah. And but you loved guitar and you loved playing and singing and all that stuff.
At that time, I didn't know how to play guitar. I knew how to play piano, some. I wasn't the greatest of piano player, but I knew how to play. And I didn't really know how to play. I played a little bang bang because I grew up with Matt Murphy, and he had a guitar. I never owned one.
Yeah.
My daddy didn't buy me one. He might not could afford it, but I wanted one. We used to play with the wire upside the wall. You ever hear that?
No.
Hay baling wire,
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
put nails on it, put it up on the wall, and put bricks on it, and tighten it up, and take a bottleneck.
Oh wow, yeah.
But that's only one string.
It's a one-string guitar, right?
Yeah, but we did that, but I didn't know how to play guitar. When I bought a guitar was in 1958.
Oh wow, wow. Well, so you grew up with Matt Guitar Murphy. I mean, you were around with him. I mean, so he was playing right at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Matt the same age.
Yeah. So you were listening to him play, but you
Right.
didn't have a guitar.
I picked on his guitar a little bit, and a little bit, but
Yeah.
I didn't. You can't learn how to play if you don't own an instrument.
No.
No.
You gotta
have to-
really
have to-
get into it.
Because it's a lot of dedication and practice, man. If you don't practice, say right today I know how to play, but if I don't practice, you're gonna get rusty.
You know, I always like to talk about this with somebody like you who's been around forever and has played with everybody and is so, you know, legendary in music and all that stuff. But I mean, as far as the practice goes, I've always learned practice-wise, every day you don't practice, you go back 2 days. And I mean,
you're gonna lose something.
Yeah,
If you didn't play in 2 months, I guarantee you come on a gig, you're gonna be clumsy.
yep,
That's just the way it goes.
yeah,
I miss a day every once in a while. I don't practice, but I have so much to practice on. I play guitar. I play piano. I did play harmonica, but I quit because of my wind. But now I play piano 2 different ways. By yourself or with a band.
Oh, yeah.
I play guitar. I play a lot of solo gigs. Playing guitar by yourself or with a band, totally different.
Totally different.
So I practice on each one of them.
No kidding.
Yep.
So you actually have to think, you switch your mind if you're doing solo
Absolutely.
or doing, yeah.
It's totally a different. You can just play regular guitar like you do on your gig with the band.
Yeah.
No, it's too empty. There's no drum, there's no bass, there's no nothing but you.
Yep.
You got to make up for that.
And it's really like, I always think that the solo artists like that, that's the hardest thing because then you really hear the true artist because it's you, man. There's like nobody to fall back
So to
underneath,
speak.
right?
So to speak. But if you never heard me on a solo gig, I'm a total different guitar player.
Yeah.
In another world. I can't play all the bends and all the stuff you hear me play.
Yeah.
I can't do that because I'm playing full guitar now.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, so because I could go down a wormhole right now, and we could talk for an hour because I love talking about this stuff. But why don't we talk a little bit about how you first got on Delmark? Because you know Bob Kester, you know, he founded Delmark and all that. And since we're sitting in the Delmark studios, and the rumor has it is that you're working on a brand new release at some point. It's going to come out on Delmark very soon. I think you guys have already started kind of plotting it out. I think you did some recording already, right, for the new one. Laid a few things down here or there, maybe.
I think all the band tracks. No, well, after we doing 2 records.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm doing what you call a solo, but I'm doing it with 2 pieces. That's still solo to me. 2 pieces. I got me and another guitar player, and we're going. Some of it is live, but I'm gonna get Dave Spector. We're gonna do about 3 more tunes. It's only 7 tunes. I need some more. But you need to hear this. Just being 2 people, you would not believe it.
No
It
kidding.
is so full and so fat. I play different from anybody you ever heard playing solo.
Yeah.
Something I learned.
Have you ever recorded yourself solo?
No.
No, never.
Well, I ain't been doing that forever.
Yeah.
What started me to doing that because I got tired of the road. I'm getting too old. And the road is not like it used to be.
No, I bet it's not.
Man, that road, you get weekend crowds through the week, you're going to die.
Yeah.
So, man, why am I doing this? And I went off into learning. Because what I do took me a few years to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
I play in probably 6 or 7 different tunings. Most people can't play
Yeah,
in
they can't even play
2 tunings.
Can't even play one
I've
sometimes.
seen that. Yeah. But it seemed hard.
Yeah.
But it's not really as hard as it seems. What you do is you learn one at a time. You might sit there a month till you learn that one tuning.
Yeah.
Then throw it away. Learn the other one. Because when you like you know how to ride a bike, if you don't ride a bike in 20 years, you still can ride that bike.
Right. So
But
once you learn
do
the
you
one
remember when
tune-
you first rode a bike?
I couldn't even remember when I first
Well,
rode a bike. It was a long time ago.
When I got my bike, I was 11 years old.
Okay.
Now, you probably got yours when you was a little baby.
I was younger.
But I couldn't ride that bike when I first got it. I fell all over it. And then I learned how to ride a bike. So if you don't get a bike, in 20 years, man, you go back, you'll be a little rusty, but you can still ride that bike.
Yeah.
So playing music is kind of the same way. I learned this one tuning. I learned it. You have to play it till you get it down, because it's pretty tough to think two ways at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you get it down, now you go to the other tuning. Boom. But it's really not that hard.
But then once you go back to the first tuning,
I
you
still
remember
remember
it
it.
because you put so much time in.
I still remember it.
That makes total sense. That
And
makes total sense.
Because you learn how to count, you learn how to read. It's the same way.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you break that down yourself? Did you just sit there and think about that one day and say, you know,
I
what?
made it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because of what I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to, but now, on the other hand, I learned how to play guitar. Guitar's got 5 positions. So like if I make an E chord here, I can make an E chord there, I can make E chord all the way down the guitar, I can make that same E.
Yeah.
So that's all you have to know, because you're going to use the bass string for your bass.
Right.
And you have to put your chord wherever your change is at.
Mm-hmm. You make it sound pretty easy.
No. Well, for me, it's not super easy. You can't daydream.
Yeah.
No. But now if you mess up, ain't nobody gonna shoot you.
Well,
Because
hopefully not.
sometimes I'm playing and I forget what tune in my in. Oh, here it is. Okay. And I might make a mistake.
But that's part of music, right? That's part of being creative.
How many times you made a mistake on
Oh
stage?
my God, I can't even tell you. You know. But that's the thing too, right? Is you make the mistake and you just get right out
Remember
of it.
how you said, what did you do? You messed up, but you clean up.
That's
Keep
it.
on going.
Keep going and smiling so nobody even knows.
Right. They might have thought that was the way it should have went.
That's it. So you're coming out with almost with a double release, basically. So there's that one, and then a full
Absolutely.
band on the
That's
other.
what it's gonna be.
Oh man.
One gonna be like I call it solo, 2-piece,
Yep.
and then I get the record with the band.
Yeah.
I got 2 different bands.
So you're going to be a lot of. Is there original tunes or
Some,
some,
yeah,
and then some classics and things
yeah.
like that?
And
you're
I'm
gonna
trying
mix
to
in?
do. It's gonna be pretty much different. I don't like to do all
Yeah.
day long.
Right.
I got 1 reggae, 1 samba,
Wow.
some funky blues, and some shuffles and slow blues.
Yeah.
So that'll be. I don't think I'm gonna do no ballad, but on the 2-piece I got ballad.
Mm-hmm.
I did do a doo-wop, but I don't think I want to put it on there.
Hmm.
I'm not sure, but I know there's 7 tunes I'm gonna put on there
Yeah.
that I did live at Lagunitas. You never heard of it?
Oh, Lagunitas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You drink that beer, don't you?
I enjoy their beer every once in a while.
Well, I play there every Sunday. I've been there 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to stop over there.
Every Sunday afternoon.
Well, so then if you can't see Jimmy on Friday, June 7th, you got to go over to Lagunitas. Not only that, because I've been in Lagunitas Brewery.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool place.
It's a very nice
Walking
place.
through the entrance
they
with
do
the
tours,
thing. Oh
they-
yeah, man, the whole
That's
9
the
yards.
problem for me, man. I gotta go a mile to get to the stage.
I know. It's, they still play the Willy Wonka song in there when you're walking.
Yeah.
through.
Oh, I hate that. When I
So
go through there,
like-
yeah. Oh Lord, I gotta listen to this.
All right, so you can see Jimmy Johnson every Sunday at Lagunitas Brewing.
Yep.
But of
At
course,
4 o'clock and 4:20 in the afternoon.
4:20 for how long? A couple hours?
Till 7.
Till 7. Okay, 4:20 till 7. That's a really cool spot too. You got to check it out. I mean, it's
Good food, man.
Oh, good food. It's a cool atmosphere, and
the
they've
best gig I played in the States. That the best gig I could play. They roll out the red carpet.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
And,
they respect me. I'm somebody. But some of them other guns I play, man, you ain't get your ass up there and play.
well, that's a longer conversation. We'll have to do a take 2 maybe in a couple of months. We'll sit down. We'll talk all about those people.
Well, I ain't gonna call the name. No.
All right, so you can see Jimmy Johnson and his band Friday, June 7th at the Prickster Pavilion, 6:30 p.m., 7:30 p.m. That's the main stage, folks. So hopefully Jimmy will see you there. Hopefully he'll see you at Lagunitas Brewing, and hopefully I'll see you down at the fest. Until next time, hopefully we see you somewhere out on the scene.